Hello fishies, welcome back to another one of our Super Smash Bros. Speed Paints. This month, Pokemon Day is going to happen, so we had a plan. So these are going to be Pokemon Trainer, and it's for 3 Pokemon, starting with Squirtle, because that's the first in the Pokemon numerically. I mean, I guess we could have started with the trainer, but what fun is that? But because it is just basically Pokemon, and I feel like I would repeat myself a lot if we were just talking about Pokemon, though I do like Pokemon a lot, I decided to do something a little bit different with this video. I was gonna talk about my favorite and least favorite things about each water starter, since this is, you know, the first of the water starters, and I think it would have been cool if they had done the alternates for the Pokemon Trainer to just be in different regions. So, you know, you'd have the different starters for all the different regions, but, you know, not all of them work exactly the same, so I get why they didn't do that. Because, you know, not all fire starters can fly. And not all grass starters have vines. Alright, so we're gonna work backwards from all the starters, starting with Quaxly, which is in Scarlet and Violet. Which is not the starter I started with, but my husband did. I thought he was kind of cute. Not my favorite, but I liked the whole, like, dancer aesthetic. Very Donny Osmond. If you guys even know who Donny Osmond is, it kind of reminded me of, like, the Masked Singer Peacock character. There was just that vibe. Anyways, if I had to rate it, I don't know. I'll say 10 is the best and 1 is the worst. I'd give it probably a solid 4. Yeah, so Quaxly is rated at a 4. Next is Sobble, which is from Sword and Shield, which is actually the one that I chose to go with, which my husband ended up calling that he would end up being James Bond because he's 007 in an English region. So Inteleon, very sly, sleek spy lizard. I feel like his design was really good. He's also a pretty powerful Pokemon. I don't typically keep my starters on my team the entire Pokemon game, but that's one that I kept throughout the entire game, so I'd give him like a 7. Next is Popplio, which I have never played a game with Popplio in it, but I think the design is cute. I like the whole, like, siren mermaid aesthetic of the full evolution of Popplio. Though it's one of those, like, very gendered evolutions, I feel like, but, you know, it is what it is. Still a cute Pokemon. I don't know as far as its evolution goes, but I'd probably rate it a 5. Just because I've never played with it, I can't really judge its stats. Next is Froakie, which I've never really played with that much because I didn't have one in that generation either, but I do have one in Pokemon Go if it counts for anything. But it's another one of those, like, ninja aesthetics for that one with the tongue scarf. I think it's a little bit weird. But I think it's a relatively good Pokemon to have, but I feel like also when I play Pokemon games, I tend to go for, like, cuter ones. And Greninja, just, it's not the cutest Pokemon, but it's decent. I'd probably put it at a 4 with a Quackquaval, if that's the full evolution for Quaxley. I'm pretty sure it is. And then next is Oshawott, which my husband is very biased about. Because my husband loves otters, and that is an otter Pokemon. I feel like he's judging me for what I'm about to say here. But the cool thing with Oshawott is he's also in the Legend of Arceus games, so he's got 2 final evolutions that are slightly different. One is the water dark type, and one is just water type. I think my biggest complaint is probably the same complaint that a lot of people have with Oshawott. I feel like it should have stayed bipedal instead of going from small to slightly tall to on all 4s. And he's got like a little narwhal horn. I mean, I feel like the last one doesn't really give as much otter vibes as the first 2. I don't know. I really like Oshawott and Duat, but I'm just not sure about Samurott. So if we were basing it on just the first 2, I'd probably give it like a 7, but if we throw in Samurott, it brings it to a 5. Stop judging me over there. Don't you be looking into my soul. But yeah, Oshawott is cute, Duat is cute, but Samurott is just kinda Yeah, you can fight me on that later. Next down the line is Piplup, which I believe that's like one of the games I played, or like the series that I watched the most before I kind of stopped keeping track of everything. But anyways, Piplup is cute. He's a cute little penguin that evolves into a metal penguin named Empoleon. I like the design. It's pretty solid, kind of basic. I'd probably rate it at like a 7. You look so shocked! You know, a 6 or a 7. I guess I don't believe in absolutes in either direction, so my ratings will be kind of boring-ish in the middle. But next down the line is Mudkip, which I feel like the first evolution is really cute. But I've never really liked Swampert. I don't know why. Maybe it's just that he's like big and bulky. I don't know. A Swampert just never did it for me. But Mudkip is cute, and so collectively I think they get like a 3. Just because I don't really like the final evolution. I mean, it's a kind of strong Pokemon. It is nice that it is dual type, because not all of the starters have dual type final evolutions, especially not like the beginning ones. But yeah, it's cute, but it's just not my favorite. And then next down the line is Totodile, which I have had many a games where I've started with Totodile because I had Soul Silver on the DS. So, but Totodile was not one of the ones that I kept in my party the entire game. For Alligator, it's kind of a strong Pokemon, but like, it's like a chunky crocodile. I mean, I do like it better than Fuecoco, which you guys can fight me about that in the comments. But I thought Totodile was really cute in his beginning designs, but my Pokemon teams just typically end up being very cutesy Pokemon, and so it just didn't really fit all of my aesthetics there. I usually, in those games, ended up with a Togekiss that was the main Pokemon in my party instead of my Totodile. And the last one being the one that we are on right now, which is Squirtle. I like Squirtle. My favorite evolution in the Squirtle line is probably Wartortle, because I like the little wing ears and the floofy tail, but also in the actual anime, the Squirtles with the sunglasses, they were like the gangster gang, and they were adorable, and I wish those were characters in a Pokemon video game, because that would be awesome. So I'd rate Squirtle at probably a 7 as well. An 8 if I didn't factor in Blastoise, but I don't like the way Blastoise looks. I don't like Cannon Turtle, okay? Alright, so now that you guys know my opinions on all of the starters, I will rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. It's a hard choice. I'd probably put Mudkip at my least favorite. And then probably Froakie, then Totodile. And then which one do I like more than Totodile but less than the rest? Probably Quaxly. And then after Quaxly, I would put Primarina and Popplio, just because I've never really played with them. Then I think maybe I'm debating between Sobble and Squirtle. We'll put Sobble slightly below Squirtle, because I have a special place in my heart for the original ones, because I'm an anime nerd, and these have been around since childhood. So, Sobble, then Squirtle, then Oshawott, and then Piplup, because Piplup is just adorable, and I love Piplup. So, my favorite is Piplup, then down to Oshawott, and then Squirtle, Sobble, and then Quaxly, Totodile, Froakie, Swampert. I'll miss Popplio on that second round down. You know what? Maybe in editing my husband can put that up, what that rating was. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you guys have fun with the other 2 rounds of what my favorite starters are. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye!